Females prefer their previous mating partners over the novel ones in the case of a promiscuous poisonous frog. Come on, let's see in detail. This is Soumya's capsules enriched with knowledge. Animals have evolved a wide variety of species-specific mating strategies to maximize their reproductive success. Male choice and intrasexual competition are key elements of many mating systems. In many cases, females exhibit a preference for mating partners with particular traits or resources. There are several advantages with this system. Access to resources such as nesting site, food, male that show high parental care, benefits from high genetic quality, compatibility of the male that will enhance the viability in the offsprings, etc. But in most cases, the partner selection is not possible. Since these animals are living in a highly dynamic environment and the desirable or optimal trait of the potential mating partners may change over time or might be difficult to assess. In species where females sequentially mate with multiple partners in subsequent reproductive events, the strategies underlying female choices are not well understood. Here in this case, the females are not choosy. This pattern of mating could be a result of various strategies. On one hand, the females may opportunistically mate with available males. Thereby, the chances are spatially close, leading to a random mating pattern. On the other hand, promiscuous mating pattern could be caused by females that show a preference for males that they have not previously mated with. Moreover, sequential polyandry is known to attenuate negative effects of mating with single low-quality mates. However, whether such a mating pattern is the result of true random mating or the active preference for the novel mates, it remains unknown that what is the reason behind promiscuous mating system. To study male choice, amphibians are particularly interesting taxon because of the high diversity and complexity of reproductive strategies and mating system. Females of many anuran species exhibit mate choice based on characteristics of male advertisement calls. Two properties are very important in advertisement calls. They are temporal properties and spectral properties. Temporal properties of a call include not duration or number of calls within a bout. It can convey information on male's endurance, on its body size, or on the quality of parental care. Spectral properties of a call, such as frequency or amplitude of the call, are often linked to age and body size. However, not all endurance shows clear preference for certain traits, especially when it comes to mate choice. Several species have evolved high levels of promiscuity, suggesting non-selective mating by females. In neotropical poison frogs, female mate choice is mostly based on visual and acoustic signals of potential mating partners. Visual cues predominantly play a role in the colorful aposematic species where dorsal brightness, spectral reflectance, and coloration patterns often enable assortive mating. Some females prefer territorial holders over non-territorial males regardless of their color morph. Acoustic signaling is present in the vast majority of the poison frogs across all clades, with different acoustic characteristics being relevant for female mate choice. Also, the territory size breeding resources which the female can access during courtship within the male's territory seems to play a role in female mating decisions. A group of scientists from Switzerland studied in detail about the male choice preference in the promiscuous frog Allobates femoralis. It's a neotropical poison frog and its common name is brilliant-eyed poison frog. It's a species of frog in the family Aromobatidae. Its natural habitat is tropical lowland forest and it is distributed in the Amazon basins and tropical eastern South America. Allobates femoralis is a small frog of 28 to 33 mm in length. Females are usually larger than males. They are dark brown to black in color. There is an orange-yellow patch behind the arm and a half-moon shaped orange patch on the outside of the thigh. Allobates femoralis is a terrestrial frog and is active during the daytime and it feeds on small insects. Breeding takes place between November and April. Reproductive season usually coincides with the local rainy season. The males are highly territorial and advertise territorial occupancy via prominent advertisement calls from elevated perch. The ultimate purpose is to repel male competitors and to attract female mating partners. Females do not establish territories, but they show site fidelity and commute to male territories for courtship and mating. Once the female is in sight, now the male switches from advertisement call to courtship calls. Then the pair begins an elaborate courtship sequence that can last up to several hours. This ends up in successful oviposition. The courtship march in Allobates femoralis is the longest observed in poison frog. It serves the pair to identify a suitable oviposition site. The female lays a clutch of approximately 20 eggs in the leaf litter and this is then externally fertilized by the male. Subsequently, the female leaves the male's territory. After 15 to 20 days of larval development, tadpole hatches. The parental care of Allobates femoralis male is quite interesting. They transport these tadpoles from terrestrial territories to aquatic deposition sites such as medium-sized natural pools located up to even 200 meters away from their territory. And this transport can take from several hours to days. Usually, males partition tadpole of a single clutches or several water bodies. Allobates femoralis have a strong spatial memory and learning. They have the ability in terms of processing information about distances and directions, finding new routes in familiar and unfamiliar area, and ultimately navigating themselves and finding the most ideal route for transport. Returning back to the original male territory after tadpole transport is known as the homing performance. Failure of homing performance would cause a severe pause in the reproductive output due to the loss of clutches. Therefore, having a good spatial learning and directionality is crucial in Allobates femoralis. It's already known that in Allobates femoralis, both sexes typically mate multiple times with different partners, resulting in a highly promiscuous mating system. A group of scientists from Switzerland conducted an experiment to check whether there was any male choice preference in this promiscuous frog. For this experiment, the scientists created housing conditions artificially which mimic the natural habitat of the frog. Special housing arrangements were done to check the male choice. Females who were physically ready to produce new clutch and searching for a mate were selected for the test. Previous partners of the females were identified before the start of the experiment. In the housing arrangement, the previous partner and novel males were put together. The novel males were chosen according to the similar stature to the previous partner. All frogs had given at least 60 minutes to acclimatize inside the testing chamber before the experiment started. Females could see, hear, and smell both males during this acclimatization period. The scientists then recorded the behavior of each female for 3 hours with a digital HD camera. Additionally, scientists recorded the male calls with a digital audio recorder. A total of 23 trials were recorded. After the trials, photographs were also taken. All the experiments were performed according to the Ethical and Animal Welfare Committee of the University of Vienna. The scientists' findings were quite interesting. Females preferred their previous mating partners over the novel males. Females also preferred males with shorter advertisement calls. Thank you for watching, and this is Soumya's capsules enriched with knowledge.